Hi guys and welcome to the Warhammer Lady. So today it's time for troops and dedicated transports from the new Eldar Codex. So let's get started. Dire Avengers compared to Space Marines, they're about 3 points less. Well, they are 3 points less, not about. And they're not as, well, genetically modified, so they have 1 less in toughness and strength, but they are faster, so +1 in initiative, and they're a bit better at leadership, so +1 in leadership. Otherwise the same. They're infantry, and they have aspect armor, which gives them a 4+ save. They have an Avenger Shuriken catapult. This is an 18-inch range, strength 4, AP 5, assault 2, and Bladestorm weapon. And Bladestorm was their kind of rending, if you remember. They also have plasma grenades, and the special rules Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, Fleet, so they're fast if they want to, and counterattack. You can have additional 5 Dire Avengers because you buy 5 from the start and you can have up to 10 in one unit. The Dire Avengers themselves, they have no other upgrades, but you can make one of them into a Dire Avenger Exarch. And the Exarch, he's a bit better than an ordinary, say, Space Marine Sergeant, because he actually gets +1 in weapon skill, ballistic skill, attack, and initiative. And he has a couple of options since he's an Exarch. And he can have a twin-linked Avenger Shuriken catapult, if you want him just to be shooty. Or you can make him more of a melee character. And then you can give him power weapon and a Shuriken pistol. Or a Dire Sword and a Shuriken pistol. Dire Sword is Strength of User, AP 2, and Soul Razor, which is their leadership instant death, basically. We talked about this in the HQ videos, so I hope you remember. Anyway, you can also give him a power weapon and a Shimmer Shield. Now the Shimmer Shield, it's kind of insane because it gives not only the Exarch but his entire unit a 5+ invulnerable save. So it's only active as long as he's alive, but still, it's really good. Maybe not on a group of 5 because then it might be a tad too expensive and it's a big chance that your Exarch actually dies from a shooting attack. But if you have a group of 10 and you want him to take, say, an objective or hold the relic or whatever, and you put the Exarch in the middle, he's not as prone to dying as he would be otherwise, and then this upgrade, it's really, really cheap. So, good upgrade. And you can also give him Exarch powers, such as Disarming Strike, which makes one melee weapon into an ordinary close combat weapon of your choosing. So you could potentially make a nasty character not so nasty for a round. And Shield of Grace, which could give him a 4+ invulnerable save, or Battle Fortune, which is a 3+ invulnerable save if you choose to defend. Now we talked about the Exarch powers before, so. Then the unit can also take a Wave Serpent as a dedicated transport. And the transport capacity for the Wave Serpent is 12 models, so you're good to go with a unit of 10 Dire Avengers. Now these are your basic shooty unit. They have the potential of being even better than a shooty unit as ordinary 18-inch range, seeing as they can move and shoot in the shooting phase. Well, they can run, so they have the opportunity to get in and out of range. And they have fleet, so they can reroll the running distance, which is good. They can't take out power armor because they're only AP 5, but they're really good against infantry, such as demons or guardsmen or orcs, or other Eldar, perhaps. So these guys, they're a good shooty unit. Guardian Defenders, compared to Space Marines, are 7 points less in point cost. They have -1 in strength and toughness and +1 in initiative, so they're not super awesome. They have mesh armor, giving them a 5+ save, a Shuriken catapult, 12-inch range, strength 4, AP 5, assault 2, and Bladestorm, and plasma grenades. They also have Ancient Doom and Battle Focus as special rules, as well as fleet. So they too have the ability to get in and out of range if they have to. You can include up to 10 additional Guardians in a group, so you can have 20 guys in one unit. And then for every 10 Guardians that you can have 1 heavy weapon platform. And this platform can have a different weapon options. Shuriken Cannon, Bright Lance, Scatter Lasers, Star Cannon, Eldar Missile Launcher with Plasma, and Starshot Missiles. So a few options. I'm not going to read you all of the stat lines for the weapons, but basically it gives you the opportunity to have what you might lack in your army. If you need some anti-infantry shots, you have that. If you need an anti-infantry blast, you have that. If you need something to take out tanks, you can have that. Or something, for example, for monstrous creatures, you can have that as well. Nothing for Skyfire, though. Most of these shots are heavy, though, so you don't want to move this platform around too much. You can have them in a dedicated transport, a Wave Serpent, but still, that's only 12 models. And most of these shots also have a very fair range. So you could, for example, try and place them on an objective in the back and shoot at stuff while you hold the objective. And well, the defenders, they're just that, they're defenders. If something comes too close, they will shoot at a 12-inch range and a lot of shots. So this is also a fairly cheap unit for you to do that. If you want to hold objectives in the back and still shoot, this is a good unit for you. And it gives you the opportunity to perhaps take 1 or 2 weapons that you know you lack in your army list. It's a good choice. Storm Guardians. These guys are a different type of Guardians than the Guardian Defenders. They're the same point cost, they have the same stat line as the other guys, so they're not super awesome either. They have a mesh armor of a 5+ armor save, a shuriken pistol, a chainsword, and plasma grenades. And the special rules Ancient Doom, Battle Focus, and Fleet, so they too are fast if they need to or if they want to be. You can have up to 10 additional guys, 20 in one unit, and up to 2 of them, regardless of the size of your unit, can exchange their sword and pistol for a flamer or a fusion gun, which is a 12-inch range, strength 8 AP1 meltdown assault 1 weapon. So if you want to take out a tank on your way to something else, go ahead and do that. Also, up to 2 of them can have a power sword. So basically 4 guys in a unit can change their weapon options. These guys, well, that's it. They have no other upgrades and they're just pure close combat infantry. They have 2 attacks in base because of their pistol and chainsword, and they can have 3 when charging. They're not super awesome, they only have strength of 3, but lots of attacks, and they can still kill lots of infantry if they choose to. Maybe you shouldn't face them against Space Marines, but then again, enough attacks and they won't save them all. So these guys are just your very cheap close combat, throw into whatever infantry blob you can find, and they will kill things. So yeah, that's about it. Windrider Jetbike Squads. These guys, compared to Space Marine, -1 is strength and +1 in initiative. They are unit type Eldar jetbikes, and so they have a 3+ save because of it. They do have mesh armor that confers a 5+ armor save, but since on bikes, a 3+. They have Eldar jetbikes, and every single Eldar jetbike is equipped with a twin-link shuriken catapult, 12 inches, strength 4, AP5, assault 2 blade storm. They have the special rules Ancient Doom and Battle Focus, and you can include up to 7 additional Windrider Guardians. You buy a unit composition of 3, but you can have up to 10. For every 3 models in the unit, you can exchange your twin-link shuriken catapult for a shuriken cannon. This is 24 inches, strength 6, AP5, assault 3 and blade storm. So yeah, you usually want to exchange it because it's a good strength upgrade and a good range upgrade. And that's it. That's all of the upgrades, that's the entire unit. It's a cheap, really fast since it's Eldar jetbike. And it can move around and be just annoying. Shoot at infantry stuff because still just AP5, not super awesome, but good enough against, say, demons. Really nasty against demons. And just be a nuisance. Run around with them, shoot at stuff, and be happy. Basically, that's all they're good for. Never in close combat, just shoot. Rangers compared to Space Marines. -1 in strength and toughness, +1 in initiative. They're infantry. Oh yeah, and 5 points less than an ordinary Space Marine. They have mesh armor, 5+ save. A Ranger long rifle, 36 inches, strength nothing since it's sniper. AP6, heavy 1 on the sniper. Shuriken pistol. And some special rules, Ancient Doom and Battle Focus of course. Fleet, infiltrate, move through cover and stealth, so they're very Ranger-like. You can also include up to 5 additional Rangers in one unit. And then they have no further upgrades. So these guys are pretty straightforward. If you want something that can move into enemy lines, if you want something to shoot at things from afar and have precision shots so you can take out, for example, special weapons or a character and be really, really lucky and get some rending shots in, then these are your guys. They're not super expensive, they're actually fairly cheap, and they can do their job if you place them well. So yeah, a good unit. Eldar only have 1 dedicated transport, and it's the Wave Serpent. It has a ballistic skill of 4, a front armor of 12, a side armor of 12, a rear armor of 10, and 3 hull points. It is a vehicle, tank, fast skimmer, and transport. It is a twin-link shuriken cannon, a twin-link shuriken catapult, and a serpent shield. Now the serpent shield, it can either be activated or deactivated. If it is activated, then it allows for you to make a penetrating hit into a glancing hit on a roll of a 2+, which is insanely good. It basically allows for you to just ignore being blown to pieces while you drive. Good for you. If it is deactivated, you do it in your shooting phase. And when it is, you get a special shot. 60 inches, strength 7, no AP, but pinning, ignores cover, and assault D6 +1, so a minimum of 2 shots. Could be super good if you really need to shoot. It has a transport capacity of 12 models. And you can exchange the twin-link shuriken cannon for either a twin-link bright lance, a twin-link scatter laser, a twin-link star cannon, or a twin-linked Eldar missile launcher with plasma and starshot missiles. And if you remember, these were basically all of the options that the Guardian defenders had for their heavy weapon platform. So again, basically what you feel that you need. If you need something to take out tanks, you can have that. If you need an anti-infantry blast, you can have that. If you need something to take out a target with really high toughness but not so good armor save, say a monstrous creature, then you can do that too. You can also exchange the twin-link shuriken catapult for a shuriken cannon, so if you want to, you can have it have twice, well, 2 times the same weapon option. And you can take items from the Eldar vehicle equipment list, which includes giving it a 5+ invulnerable save, or making it move through cover, or allowing you to ignore crew shaken and crew stunned if you roll well enough. Compared to a Space Marine Rhino, it's about 80 points more. Might seem really expensive, but then again, it's so very different. It has better armor than a Rhino, and it is fast, really fast. If you wanted to get to a destination, it will. And that sharpened shield that it has, such a good shield to have on your transport to allow for it to actually get to the destination without blowing up. So this is a really good dedicated transport, and I think that it's worth every single point. This was the last entry for today's video about troops and dedicated transports, and tomorrow we'll be starting with elites. So I hope to see you then. Have a good day. Bye.